Hey, Just how you doing?
Greetings, everybody! Serious Jest here. You are now witnessing round one, the final match of round one of season two of the official Cabalvision Blood Bowl 2 PS4 Champion Cup. We're going to take a quick look at the leaderboard. I'm sorry, at the schedule rather. This is the final two teams playing, the Froth Fighters versus Landazury Izarduy. The Froth Fighters, a Norse team. Landazury Izarduy is a Chaos team coached by last season's champ. Actually, our only champ so far. There's only been one season before this. And the returning champ is Rd1 5. The Froth Fighters coach is V-Power V, who you may have heard announce matches with me prior. And speaking of co-announcers, my co-announcer for this match is the infamous FantFox, father of the FFC FantFox Conundrum. What's going on, FantFox?
Hey, how you doing, Jest? How
Good.
is everybody today? Looking forward to this match. It's going to be bloody. I can guarantee, absolutely guarantee it's going to be bloody.
Hell yeah, Norse are that glass cannon, and they can cause a lot of damage with all that block. And let's see if I can quickly pull them up on the screen. I'm being told that the teams have taken the field, and they're probably setting up for the kickoff, but I think it's worth looking at what we're seeing here. So the Froth Fighters, mostly named after European beers, to see you at the bar, is the motto. Nothing special here, right? And it's not for lack of games. They've just been kind of decimated, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 19 games, 19 wins, 5
Yeah,
draws, 5 losses, and yeah, the Norse are glass
yeah,
cannons,
20,
and
29
they're
last
great for a
season.
while, and then they take their hits, and then they kind of lose everything that they've built up for so far. But they're in the playoffs, so that's good, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you want to try and win in the playoffs as well. And I think V-Power suffered a few losses quite late on in the season, and so these Ulfs, both rookies, which is going to frustrate him quite a bit. I think he really liked them. So I think he had a really nice blodge one as well at one point, with some mighty blow on there, some good level ups. But
Ooh, a
he's now
Blodge
having to go
Ulfrarunner.
in with with these rookies, which could cause him a few issues and turnovers if he has to blitz with them. But the rest of the team, these is nicely leveled berserkers. It's got a couple of runners. Blodge, I don't know what Arswain's team is like at the moment. Don't know how much tackle he has on that. But I think the match from this team basically revolves around his Yeti, and the Yeti's got to have a big game to for V-Power to compete. I think with the Chaos, because the Chaos team is very scary from the bit I've seen of it so far.
Absolutely. The Yeti's name is Stella Artois, and Stella has Guard, Mighty Blow, a lot to go with the Claw, and Juggernaut. Two other Mighty Blow players are the Berserkers. You mentioned that could be that could be difficult. The Ulfs are Strongbow and Strongbow and Aspalis, who are new but could pick up a level. They're one SPP each, so if they can make it through this match, they can become a lot more dangerous. So Arzawain's kind of the gatekeeper for keeping the Froth Fighters from having like a quick resurgence that makes them a second round force. And getting to that
Yeah,
Arzawain team really quick, the Landazuri Izarduy, who we nicknamed the
the
Arzenators in this.
Arsenators.
Yeah, the Arzenators are. Look at that team, man. That's disgusting. They've got just enough of a claw palm chaos team, right? They got the frente a frente, which is the chaos warrior, means front to the front. Um, is he's got the pylon, the mighty blow, the claw palm as we call it, right? And then he's got another
Yeah,
beastman who's strength 4 with claw palm, and so he's got two claw palm guys, and then a mighty blow guy, Aki, which means here, a beastman, and then there's a whole lot of guard on this team. One, two, three, four, five guard pieces to go along with the fact that every one of those beastmen, when they feel like blocking on one of them, on each turn, could get an extra strength for the purpose of a blitz because of the horns. And then after all of that bashing, and he doesn't have a Minotaur, by the way, because he's got a Chaos Warrior who's strength 5 and has block and guard, so he decided, why get the blow to the Minotaur? And then when you're done with all like the usual scariness of a Chaos team, he's also got an Agi 5 Beastman who's a Blodger. And then he has another Agi 4 Beastman who he can use to run downfield, I guess, if he wants to, and is a tackler. So two tackle pieces on this team. So I think they can get past two blodge pieces that the Norse have on the other side.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's going against him though is he's only running with 2 rerolls. It looks like. So 2 things against. Well, he's got a leader. He's got a leader.
Yeah,
Okay, so it'll be 3 rerolls
he's,
unless they can take out that beastman
he's
on
got
the
a
other
nice
side.
min-maxing leader.
Yeah, so he's good. He'll have 3 effectively on the pitch. But what the other thing he has going against him though is that his opponent is not a bad team. It's a solid team, but there's going to be 370k of inducements coming into this match to start. So that's kind of not good if you're, you got to be concerned about that if you're Arzoane. Did you see? I think they posted in the chat what the inducements were.
Oh, I can guarantee you Froth Fighters have 60,000 in cash, so I guarantee you that he will have chosen the Wizard and Cheney.
That is absolutely right. That is absolutely. That's why you're the expert.
That's what we do.
I'm here for color commentary. You're the strategic expert here. That was absolutely right on point. And you actually have in the past, in our Blood and Tears match, there was one time you got me super good with the inducements. I came up 10k short of a wizard. It was really annoying.
Yeah, well, I spent a bit of time with some maths on that and made sure that I could even go in with 160k in my bank to save up for something later on. But
you bastard! It's great. It's
sorry,
great. I'm glad that
complete luck.
But it'll be great to have you in the booth for this analysis. You are definitely one of the people that is most revered for positioning and really thinking things through. Even if we give you crap about how long it takes you, but the positioning and your strategy, your tactics are very, very sound. You make very few mistakes, and so it'll be great to have you.
Some of the time, Jest.
Unless we put you on a 1-minute clock, then I bet you mistakes will come.
Oh wow! I'm having nightmares, palpitations already. Woo. 1 minute.
And we're tuning into the game. It looks like they're in turn 2. So just for our viewers, so that they don't miss anything, I'm going to back it up. All right, and I'll kind of speed announce here and talk us through until we're caught up. So back in turn 1, we're seeing the kickoff happen, and there's a high kick, which allows. Which of these? I'm going to switch over to the offensive view. So I'm on the north side. It allows Leffe to get underneath the ball. Leffe's a good beer, by the way. And he is unable to catch it, though, but it lands right in front of him. Peroni's going to follow up on El Extranjero, which means the stranger. And he's going to lay him down and put stars in his eyes. And not because he thinks Leffe is, because Peroni's really pretty, but just, he's been stunned. So here comes another armor break. The Norse are coming out swinging. Sakame Daki, which is get me out of here, is living up to his name. He's seeing stars, and he's like, what the hell was that? Yeti moves into place, and then we have Corona move up into place, into position. These Norse are getting around the ball in case something goes wrong. The Yeti, you called it, FantFox. The Yeti's going to be instrumental, and Stella Artois starts off with an armor break. His claws slicing right through that Beastman armor and stunning him. And we're going to have one of those rookie Ulfs, Strongbow, run over by the ball. Wilhelm Cheney takes another outside position to screen off anybody putting any pressure on. And then we're going to have a foul. The Norse ain't playing around. Big elbow drops on the Beastman, but it does not improve the stun to anything. So the stun stays, and there's also no call. And the Norse can afford these fouls because there's 3 of them as reserves on the sideline. Very interesting. And now we're seeing the Chaos move into position, and nothing special so far. They're just taking solid positioning. Arzoane's not going to push the issue too much. But here comes a blitz from a Chaos Warrior, and that is Días Extraños, which means days missed or days past, days of the past, kind of in a I missed you way. And turn 2, beginning. Shime goes up and marks Días Extraños, and I think we're going to see probably a blitz. And I would imagine it's a Yeti blitz, and he's coming over to give it to Días Extraños, and Días Extraños is going to be thinking about the good old days before he was injured. That is their blodger, who is going to be gone for the game. The apothecary will not be used on him, and he's gone. So that blodge you were worried about Well, actually, you were worried about it for the Norse and the Chaos being able to deal with it. But one of the blodgers for the strong Chaos team is off the board, at least for now. So we'll see him back if the Chaos team manages to advance to the next round. And another foul. This is disgusting. The Norse are putting on a clinic, Sakame daki, which means get me out of here, gets his name Wish as well, and he goes to the sideline and is trying to sleep it off. And now the Chaos are going to get to respond. They got to be getting tired of this bash game. Arzawain is a guy that likes to whittle your team down until you turn around and you've got nobody to support you, and then he administers the coup de grace. But he's been kind of playing it safe, waiting to get his shots in, and he realizes, you know what? If I keep sitting around, there's going to be none of my players left. So now he's in full engage mode. He comes after the Yeti with 21 of October. And then he piles on the Yeti, and the Yeti is gonna go. The Yeti Stella Artois is off the board. Big deal. But it's a KO. So he could particularly come back. The Yeti's over on the sideline for now, though, snoring and farting, and we will not hear from him for a little bit at least. Now the Norse are going to get their chance to respond. All their players are marked up. They do have the player advantage for a little bit, not necessarily the strength advantage, but we'll see how they deal with it. And here comes Peroni with the mighty blow, but unable to do damage like in the first round. El Extranjero goes down, but he will not be a stranger for too long. And here comes Wilhelm Chaney, who's going to step right up where the Yeti left off, and he's going to put a block on Que Tengas Suertecita, which means good luck to you, basically, is what that name means. He is injured by the claw. That's their strength 5 Chaos Warrior. But the apothecary comes in, does a little tinkering around on his insides, and it looks like he's standing up on the sideline already. So they're going to put him on the little stationary bike over there to sleep it off. And another foul. 21 of October is knocked out. I don't know what the significance of that is. And finally the ref has had enough. He says, all right, I let it go for a little while because it's a much stronger team. But you know what? The fouling, you got to chill out with that. And Chimay is sent off. Definitely a good trade-off, though. Here comes a back smack. And Corona is going to be knocked out. Wow. The hits, the armor breaks are flying. And FantFox, I think we are caught up.
Okay. I was wondering if you were going to pause for breath at all there, Jest. You seem to have been off on a mad one.
What just happened? I don't remember the last 5 minutes.
Well, we've seen a few fouls here and there. Refs sent a few off. The Norse are being whittled down, as are the Chaos. There you go. That is the story of the first couple of turns.
Armor
I think it's going to be interesting.
2 words.
I think it's
Armor
going to be
breaks.
interesting to see whether V-Power tries to score early or whether he tries to hold them off for the whole half, and how he plays this.
This is something you don't normally see in an Arzaway team, right? They're I mean, we're 2 turns in, 3 turns in rather, and there's barely Chaos left on the field.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's armor breaks and claws done a thing, as has the fouling, and that's exactly what V-Power has to do. He needs to get them off the pitch, because they are. If you're man for man with them, then the Chaos are a stronger team.
Yep.
I think with the builds that you have, and that's why there's 400 TV difference.
True. And that wizard hasn't even been brought in. So if the Norse, this is already a great situation for the Norse, because if they can keep the numbers this way and do the usual stall, you could see them hold out, score, not give the Chaos enough time to return the score, free it back up with the wizard in the second half, and the Chaos might, there's a chance that the Chaos could not see the ball. Like, they could come out of this literally with 0% ball. No, they'll probably have ball possession. But it's a possibility. 0 or close to it, depending how V-Power plays this.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays it and scores in turn 8, then the Chaos will have the opportunity to go for their one-turner, which is incredibly difficult with everything that's
Chaos
on
one-turner.
there.
Isn't Chaos one-turner an oxymoron?
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible.
No, I know it's possible.
More possible than your dwarf one-turner, I think. Or easier, I think. I saw a diagram of it once. It was phenomenally complicated. I decided to close that one immediately.
Like, won't be doing that. Not going to spend the time. And you can see the Berserker jump up. And Peroni's going to mark up both Beastmen over here, including the guard one. And you're going to see Strongbow do his thing and get involved and show, hey, look, it's not just our star player and our Yeti doing things. Ulfs can do things too. And actually, again, you know, if the Froth fighters are going to make it to the next round and compete and get a little bit, they want a little bit of a better edge, it would really do them a lot of service if Strongbow was able to pick up an injury, to injure somebody, as well as, what's his name? Aspalis. I'm not familiar with that beer. Aspalis?
Aspals and Strongbow, they're ciders. So
it's a cider?
I am familiar with them both, yes.
Nice,
Yes,
I like
yeah,
cider.
they're both ciders.
I like hard cider.
Ciders.
Yeah, hard cider's good. And that's their leader, by the way, that Wilhelm's going off. So if he could put the leader off, that would also really, really hurt Arzawane. Because then it would knock him down to 2 rerolls per for the second, going into the second half. Actually, would take away one of his rerolls now as well. So
yeah, and potentially overtime, which is, as
absolutely.
we all know,
which in the playoffs is a regular occurrence.
It is. But I think what's important is that the Norse are not really going to be fouling much one lineman who's stunned.
Yeah.
So he will be the only one who will be doing any fouling. So maybe the rate of removals will slow down a little bit potentially.
Great placement, by the way, by Arzo in putting this guy Bugias para el dolor. So I guess that's pain medicine. The dude that's marked up with Aspalis. If Aspalis decides to hit him with the 1 die, it'll quickly turn into a 2 die because he's got porque las cosas cambian, because things change right next to him. So I think he's just going to leave that Ulf in place, neutralized, and use the sidestepper to really skirt that sideline. There are a bunch of angry Chaos fans that don't like the way this match has been going, that are just waiting for that guy to get pushed into the crowd somehow, but because of his sidestep ability, I don't really see that happening. Now, this is
going to be difficult to surf him from here.
Yeah, and plus, this is right here. This is very risky on the part of the way that that V is finishing this turn. He's left, instead of running the postman right next to Lefe, he's put him kind of off, which el cielo está dentro de mí, which means the sky is inside me. I don't know what are these names about. I don't know what these names are about, but it's pretty damn interesting. But anyway, the Beastman, the Agi 5 Beastman over here, can dodge out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's got enough movement to, I guess you want to force him to do the 2 GFIs or a tougher dodge. But at Agi 5, it's 83%. You could dodge right through 1, 2, 3, and there's a tackler there, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, so he's just going to make him roll dice. He's like, you know what? You're going to get a hit on my guy no matter what. So roll dice. So I do like that. That's a veteran move right there from V. Knowing his personnel, knowing how to use them. And plus, because of the sidestep, if he does get felled by the Agi 5, Beastman, then whatever way he falls, he can direct it toward where most of his men can just pick up the ball again. And Arzawane is responding by marking everybody up to make sure they can't pick up that loose ball.
I might have not moved the Claw Chaos Warrior into the spot where he is. I'd have switched the positions of them. Because the one that's just fallen over has guard, and that would have enabled him to clear a little bit of the pathway for the Agi 5 to just go straight through and surf.
Ah, gotcha.
With some of the blocks.
Well, he won't get, like we say, he won't get to surf him, but let's see,
yeah.
Him jumping into it, he can dodge into a tackle zone. It's still 83%. That's what the Agi 5 lets you do. So he can go 1, and he's got the dodge skill. So, but there's people. Are there people with tackle on him? No,
the runner.
Not for the first
postman
dodge.
Has. The postman has tackle.
The postman, an ode to Bernie Buffon, and Bernie Buffon started a trend. people have been going crazy in the seasons, naming their players the postman, trying to develop a postman to get it done and always deliver. Because as you know, as Bernie has told us, the postman always delivers. This season, though, season 3, Bernie, if you're not if you don't know about it, Bernie Buffon has started a new trend, in which it's the sheriff, right?
Yeah, yeah. Although we haven't heard the strapline for the sheriff. I mean, I don't want to second guess what he has in mind. So I don't want
I think he
to.
said delivering justice. I think. I'm not sure though.
Ah,
And so Arzawayne says, "Nah, I don't want to roll dice. I'm just gonna hit your lead guy, and then
okay.
move somebody back in case to make it harder for you to dodge through." Now, the danger here, I guess this is a decent strategy because Arzo's saying, "Look, a lot of my so I appled one guy. He's coming back, that Chaos Warrior, who's really important, the Strength 5 guy. The two other guys that
Yeah.
are two of the three other guys that are off the pitch are just knocked out. So I want to give them a chance to come back earlier, right? So if you're gonna score, I'm gonna force you to do it like now because I've positioned my guys surrounding you. If you delay, you try to stall this out. I could close this down on you, and you won't get this opportunity again. But if you really want to score, take the score right now, and yeah, he's got the speed to get there, right? Yeah, with the 1 GFI. Yeah, take the score right now, roll a couple of dice, and then get back to me. And then I get the ball back, get to run down the field, score on you, and I can 2-1 grind you. So, very smart playing by the champ, and also some great offense here by the Norse. Very violent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll see. In fact, we're not. I don't think we'll see V trying to score immediately. I think he'll be trying to score turn eight.
And you were right, because that's the first thing he does is he recenters the field, and this is smart. The Norse can outrun the chaos. So Leffe comes back down around his little shield he's got here at the bottom, recenters the ball at midfield. You see, there's a lot of sports don't do this enough. Like football, I'm sorry, European football, soccer, or as we call it in South America, football. We do this a lot. You recenter it here in the middle. You kick the ball back to reposition it better to come back forward, especially when you have time. So it's not, you don't always have to move forward like American football. You never ever want to move, almost never ever want to move backwards. But here it looks like the Norse are going to try. They've suckered the Chaos back into this position on the left, kind of deep, and now they're going to try to take advantage of it and seal them off. You get a little screen, and if they can do this successfully, if they can get Leffe way out to the right with a good screen, then he gets all the benefits of an easy touchdown as well as as well as burning a whole bunch of time. Wilhelm Chaney trying to decide whether he wants to wrestle, and he's in a jiu-jitsu mode. That werewolf jiu-jitsu is scary.
Exactly. I mean, well, he doesn't have any choice, does he?
Well, he could have re-rolled, but it would have been not with a low. You don't want to do that much with a loner. We have, ladies and gentlemen, the heart and soul of the Champion Cup is Bernie Buffon is in the chat. He says, "Go V." He is pulling for V Power V. V Power V is his fellow MML mate, so he's pulling for him here in the chat. And we're going to see. Yeah, they're definitely trying to get that screen established on the right. Peroni runs over there.
Yeah, he's just screening, and yeah, he's targeting Infinito, the Beastman's leader, at every opportunity just to try and get him off the pitch.
Yep.
Even though he's AV9, and that was the target of the blitz for the turn. So you can see where his head at. He's kind of targeting the players that he wants to remove, that are the ones that can change the game, not necessarily with skills, but with with that leader reroll element.
And if Wilhelm hadn't gone down, if Wilhelm had actually established like a good, block and left the other guy sitting down and him up, I would say that the screen would have been better established for the right. It would be more likely. But as it is right now, the Chaos can easily adjust to this and cut off that right screen. that V's been trying to establish. That being said, like you just pointed out, the downside is if in moving those two guys back as safeties, these two beastmen, there's a lot of guys that's still going to be in contact, and then the Norse get just another bunch of free hits on them, and they can adjust as they want. So you suggested an invite to the party?
Yes, yeah. Bernie's in
Oh, he's going to join us? Yeah. Also, hold on. So I'm going to invite him. So for our players, I'm sorry. I'm inviting Bernie Buffon to the chat. So just a second, as you cannot see our screen. If I miss something important, I can always rewind it anyway. And Bernie's been invited. Hopefully he'll be joining us in the booth. And just in time to see... All right, so the safety got moved over, the Agi 5 Beastman. And one Agi 5 Beastman is usually enough, obviously, because of those horns. So if he needs to blitz in, especially with his Agi 5, he can get in where he needs to go. And in the meantime, then you see Porque la Cosa Cambia follow up, knock down that Beastman, and join him putting his guard next to the Agi 5 Beastman. Now you got two safeties. This is solid defense by the champ, I got to say, even with his numbers whittled down this way. And we've been joined by Bernie Buffon. What's up, Bernie?
Yeah, I guess. Not too bad.
Got a star-studded lineup in here. The father of the BBC and the father of the FFC, both in the same booth.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
I tell you what, it's good to see my two tips both got through. FantFox and Jest, so congratulations, guys.
Nice.
Wow. In spite of the curse. In spite of the tips and the curse.
Maybe it's different this time. Maybe it's the Bernie Buffon blessing, the BBB.
Wow. That's...
The triple.
Those are the most dangerous words in, I think, the stock market, isn't it? It's different this time.
True. Good call. Yeah. So now you have, by the way, so too many Norse players are laying on the ground there, although the positioning was solid. If they could have started out this turn already standing up, that would have been great. But they're in a great position. Like they've locked in most of the Chaos team, other than those two Beastmen. However, they're running out of time. There's only 3 turns left, including this one. So they got to start making stuff happen here. I imagine there's going to be, the festivities are going to kick off with Aspalis hitting El Extranjero, the stranger. Hey, Bernie, Aspalis. You said it's V. I'm sorry, V. You said it was a cider, right? Aspalis.
Aspals, yeah, it's a cider.
Aspals. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to try that one. I tried Strongbow. I like Strongbow.
I don't know if Bernie is a cider drinker or not.
No, I'm to be honest, guys, I don't really drink much at all. But
really,
yeah, but I don't really. I'm a bit boring, man.
You just do.
You'll be a Yorkshire lad and have tea, won't you? The Yorkshire tea.
Oh, yeah, I like the Yorkshire tea, absolutely.
Bernie's like, if I'm gonna do mind altering, I'm just going right for cocaine. That's how Bernie does it. I'm not messing around with this legal stuff, all right?
Funny thing you should say that. I mean, I'm going to say, I would have actually been here earlier, but unfortunately, I mean, obviously you saw the game, Jest. Do you know my game against Gaston on Space Meters?
Yes.
The guy who threw the ball back in to let them score, who's the MVP Space Meters. Yeah. Unfortunately, had a slight accident today. He got run over by a death roller.
Oh, how did that happen?
And you know what? What was really unlucky is the death roller then reversed onto him. And unfortunately,
what are the chances?
If he was okay, no doubt.
What are the chances of that happening? Eh? So yeah, he's no longer with us. So just like normal Blood Bowl, get an MVP then die, don't they? But yeah. So. And the police thought I had something to do with it. I just can't believe I'm shocked. I'm
so weird.
Shocked. It is. It's just funny how you just embrace life, aren't you? And, yeah. Just
so
one
look
of those
at this.
Things, unfortunately.
By the way, while we've been talking about it, we were talking about screens and V not able to establish the screen earlier. It looks like this is a pretty smart screen here. He's managed to set it up here on the left. And now all he has to do is kind of seal it off with Peroni. And yeah, this is looking good for the Norse. He may have to score earlier than turn 8, but I mean, he may need to score next turn, but this will do. I mean, you're leaving the Chaos only 2 turns and get downfield. Not that Arzo can't score in 2 turns, but Chaos aren't exactly lightning fast in most cases.
Yeah.
Unless you're the South Park Cowboys and have three movement up guys, then it's different. But
well, I
can
think
throw.
basically, if I'm Azure now, I'm going to blitz the ball carrier with my agility 5 beastman. He's left.
You're just gonna go straight
It's
through.
doable.
It is doable, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4 dodges before you get to make the blitz. And he doesn't have tackle. It's a blodger with sidestep.
Let's have a look. Am I looking
Or
at
you
the
could
wrong
go 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That's a lot of. That's 4 rolls where you're hoping not to get a 1.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah,
Even
he's
with the
got a dodge reroll on there as well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He does have the built-in reroll. He's got extra reroll. He's got team rerolls, and he's got the dodge skill. And there's no tackle player in the way for him to get there. So it's actually Bernie. That's pretty smart.
I mean, I think you're kind of probably about 50% to do that without a reroll. I think with a reroll, you're looking at maybe 75, 80, something like that.
I know, and he's not going to do that. He's going to say, "Screw it! I'm going to maximize my hits and try to take a couple of these guys off the pitch." I like the idea, though. The only thing is, I think what may have been most discouraging, though, is even if you get through all of that, the guy's still a blodger with sidestep, and your blitz, the Agi 5 dude doesn't have tackle. Otherwise, that would have been great.
I mean, he could do with his agility 4 guy now, couldn't he? I mean, that's the thing. I know it's going to be 1 less tackle as well.
It's 67% though.
So we'll see, but I think you've got to make a play for it now because you've got to try and at least stop him. You're not really losing nothing by trying.
You're right.
I mean,
with that removal though.
And he was trying something, and whatever it is did not work.
Opens up.
Oh! I didn't realize. Yeah, he did. So he was able to, by hitting down, he cleared a spot. So it wasn't that 4. But so he went after him with the tackle guy. The sidestep, I mean, the blodging definitely helped, and the sidestep helps even more. That wasn't a GFI anyway, but now he's even closer. And
yeah, but you had to try it, didn't you?
Absolutely. The only thing is here, I'm thinking Blitz coming with Mighty Blow Peroni, and are we about to witness the demise of Porque la Cosa Cambia? I'm sure if he could hit him with the claw palm. No, I'm sorry, he doesn't have claw palm. I'm thinking of the other dude.
Well, I'd be looking to surf this guy without a shadow. Hit him with Peroni, the Berserker, then hit him next to the runner Leffe and just surf him out.
Wait, the runner's just moved into place though.
The ball carrier. So you put him. Okay, no,
okay.
he's going to do something different.
Yeah,
but,
and then just this is the safe play right here. And why surf him when you could just injure him?
Exactly.
Porque la cosa cambias is injured. Things do change, and he is badly hurt. Does not look like he'll be coming back this game. That is a huge blow to the Chaos offense, which has still yet to take the field.
Yeah, and Peroni, nicknamed the Sheriff because he always said justice.
There you go.
Haha, that's the tagline.
Bernie, have you seen the team I created for Season 3?
The blue collar one.
Yeah, it's a whole team named Blue Collar. It's all blue collar players, blue collar style players.
Oh, yeah.
So before I heard about the Sheriff, I already had a player on there called the Cop. So
The Cop.
the Cop. So that's my version, I guess, right now until he gets hurt, and then I can replace him with the Sheriff.
So I think
we do have a postman though.
I think with that injury, Chaos are now down to 10 maximum if their 2 KOs recover for the rest of the match.
This is absolutely not what Arzoane is used to, how he's used to playing. We have his numbers whittled down.
I'm just thinking who actually tipped the Froth fighters to win this.
Was it you?
Possibly.
It was you, wasn't it?
No, you know he's gonna go. It's gonna blow up in his face now, and he's gonna curse him.
He's uttered the fateful curse. It was all going so well for V Power, and now Bernie has given them the tip.
For the start, I was the only one who went for him.
I'm so
I was
sad.
the only one who went for him.
I'm so sad.
It's this is a tough situation here with Wilhelm and Aspelis because you really kind of need an extra support guy, I think, if you're gonna take this hit with Wilhelm. But no, I think he's just gonna hang him out there to try and say screw it and establish his screen. That's a smart play. Yeah, if it was me, I would take this guy Estrella, put him right here, and then move Gruish over here, like right here. Yeah. So it forces so they can't go through the middle. No, so he's gonna put an extra layer of support backward, which is cool.
V's finding himself in a situation I am well used to.
Running out of time. It's a tough decision to make. I don't like letting these guys get anywhere near the ball carrier, but I see also the advantage of putting 2 layers of protection because you only got to protect him for 1 more turn. Ooh, excuse me. Wow, it's been a long day. You only got to protect him for 1 more turn before he can just dart into the end zone and mission accomplished. You got everything you wanted out of this half. And here comes the boom from Aki, which means here onto Aspelis, and unable to put him down again. It's just the mighty blow is not clicking here for the Chaos team.
Yeah, this Leffy. I mean, every time I've seen him play, he seems to play in his dinner jacket. This kid, no one seems to get anywhere near him. You know, the ball carrier.
Right. He's out here in a tuxedo. Like, why are you guys so dirty? Well,
Exactly.
he's wearing a tuxedo mankini, which is just a bow over his private parts. Hey, it says I'm formal, but I still like to play. Tuxedo mankini. You can buy them now at SeriousJust.com. You can't.
Leave the merchandise. Leave the merch to me in FantFox.
I was going to say, crikey. I'd hate to see the modelling pictures of that, Jest.
Be awesome. And here comes another crack. And El Extranjero comes back in to try to take Peroni down, and he will just push him. And pretty much nothing else.
Did his strength 5 guy get injured? Yes. Is that why? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he got injured. The Apo came and did damage. I think that was an injury that Yeti managed to put in before he went off the field, before he got knocked off himself or knocked out. And you know, I know Arzawayne will be happy to be able to get some more of his players back, but let's not forget. I mean, the Norse have 3 knocked out guys themselves, so this could easily go bad for Arzo. Find himself out of the frying pan and into the fire. But both sides are going to have 2 chances basically. So turn 8 is going to consist of, you know, they're going to have chances to get up in turn 8, and if that doesn't work out for them, then halftime will happen and they'll get another chance to get up. So it's a foregone conclusion. Everybody's getting up, right? Oh, look at that. None of the Norse get up. And one of the Chaos knocked out Beastman gets up. I'm sorry, the knocked out Beastman gets up, and the Strength 5 guy still it's Strength 5 guys. Yeah, the Strength 5 Chaos Warrior, Strength 4 Beastman. I'm sorry, I am all over the place. 21 of October, the Strength 4 Beastman is still on the sideline sleeping. But the Strength 5 Chaos Warrior is back though.
That's really unlucky that none of his players came back. All 3 of them still KO'd. It's like he's been cursed or something.
How could that have happened?
I have no idea.
That's as bad luck as that guy who kept getting run over by the Death Roller. How does that happen?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm switching views, by the way, to the Chaos side since they're on offense now.
Okay.
And Arzo is, man, this Chaos side is, so they got 6, 8, 9 players left, and they came in with 2 reserves. That's got to be surprising. Or no, wait. No, they didn't. I'm looking at the wrong side.
They had one reserve.
One reserve. It's the Norse that have reserves, right? The Norse have 2 reserves.
Yeah, it was a rookie beastman as well, so...
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, the Norse had no reserves.
Yeah.
Did they? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They had
13, 14.
Yeah,
3 reserves, yeah. Yeah, 3 reserves, and there's 3 guys laying unconscious on their sidelines. They're still managing to field 10. This Norse team is looking scary. They didn't look scary on paper, but the pure violence that they came out with was crazy. And Wilhelm definitely has been getting his money's worth, or earning his money. What is wrong with me today? This is probably welcome. The Chaos get no, it's not. It's turn 8. Chaos get an extra reroll. Useless, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because for the other side, keeping it away doesn't matter either.
I'll tell you things what are useless. Obviously, my guys got knocked out. Useless, yeah. So I had to level up. So I thought, you know what? I'm never going to play this team, but just for the fun of it, I'll roll it. And I rolled a bloody double 6.
Oh, you would have plus strength on the dwarves.
I was like, yeah, thanks for that.
Are you guys keeping your playoff teams? Like, I'm not deleting mine. I'm keeping them in the archives.
Yeah, mine get deleted. I'll
really?
Unless they're worthy. Yeah, if they're worthy, then I'd have kept them, but they're not worthy.
Now, because South Park Cowboys are still sitting in my library somewhere. You just never know in the future. Grosh KO'd. So the Chaos trying to even these numbers up.
Yeah, I mean the problem they've got though is V still got Wizard.
Yep.
That's not going to make it easy.
No. I mean, let's forget about the fact that the Norse, especially if their KOs come back, the Norse will outnumber the Beastmen. Oh, yep, of course it failed pickup. And, let's forget about that for a second. Then on top of that, the Norse also have the Wizard. This is just looking really, really worse and worse.
No, I mean, it's not at all beyond Arzoin to come back from this. I think the Chaos can still outmuscle the Norse. And with AV7, it's going to break.
True.
And it'll break eventually. So we could see a lot of Norse guys go off the pitch this half.
Oh, that hurts. That really hurts.
Totally depends.
Oh, Nuffle decides to get funny and even up the odds, and only one of the 4 knocked out Norse come back, and it's just that regular lineman, I think unleveled lineman, right? They got up.
Yeah.
Yep, the guy that was just knocked out, and damn, everybody's still down. So this is open right now. The Wizard is the only big advantage that the Norse are having. Crazy.
To be fair though, Jest, I sort of saw this coming because obviously the Chaos wasn't very happy with V's disgraceful act for the Dimension Overtime when he decided to be knocked out for the full game, and the Chaos wanted retribution. And as you can see, he's not letting his players back.
If you don't know what Bernie's talking about, read about the curse on forum.bloodbowl-game.com. .com. I think I got that right. I'm so off. I'm gonna type it into the chat for everybody's convenience.
Question is, if you're V-Power, do you aggressively go after the ball, or do you just try and sit back and slow him down and stall him and hope that you can get the ball back in time? Which one would you go for, Bernie?
Ooh, let's have a look. 3, 6, 8, 10 players. I'd go aggressive, just for the main reason I'd have belief in my offense if need be. Because we've got the speed. I'd go on offense, and if he scores, so be it. We've still got the Wizard as well, so I'd rather go on offense and just sit back with a team like Norse. So I'd be proactive.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
wizard
think
changes.
I'd,
Like you can't
I'd do
really
the
stall
same.
too long with the wizard, right?
Um, what Arzawane can't stall too long because there is a wizard, or V-Power can't
That's
stall
what I'm saying.
when using the
Arzawane. So if
wizard.
Arzawane's looking to just tie it up and run it in turn 16, um, and take it, just see what happens in overtime. He can't. I mean, the presence of the wizard, I think, really lessens the risk reward of doing that. What do you think?
It depends on the numbers on the pitch, I think, at the time.
Right.
If there are not enough Norse to try and to actively slow you down and stop you from scoring, then I think Arzawane can stall more
Yeah.
easily because he'll be able to recover. But if all the Norse remain and he's still got the wizard, then it's more nervy for Arzawane to stall.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, obviously when I played the Space Meteors, for the full second half, I mean, I scored, was it the last 10? We had that wizard all the time, so the amount of positioning I had to do, and with that in the back of my mind all the time, was just a nightmare. Um, I just don't like wizards at all. I think against basher teams, it's really unfair. It really is. I mean, they've got the game with the piling on, so I hope they go to the wizard as well because it really is unfair. I mean, if you're elves, it's fantastic, but for the slower, grounded teams, it really is unfair, I think.
By the way, because of superior, just great coaching by V Power V, we his team V Power V did a lot of pre-game research and scouting, and his team kind of knew how the Chaos were going to set up on offense. So right as the balls kicked off, there was a immediate shift by the Norse, allowing them to get into the perfect position to thwart this Chaos offense. And we're seeing this happen in slow motion now as they move into place. In case you're wondering what you're watching.
Yeah, I think Hardwin's just got to sit tough on it. Everything's going wrong for him, and it's terrible when you get games like this. You just gotta just suck it up and just say it's gonna turn the dice. Like in every sort of match, there's always if both teams get that momentum, don't they? They always get the momentum. So I think Hardwin's just waiting for his, and he's just got to sit tough until he gets it.
Yeah, the survivability is huge here. It's like a lot of times, like you said, Bernie, it's like the first half will go one way and then the momentum could quickly change. And like V Power pointed out, you never know when these armor breaks are going to start happening. But the problem is if you if you kind of like let that bad luck in the beginning overwhelm you, then you could find yourself digging a hole so deep that by the time the momentum changes, you can do nothing with it. So Arzo's been doing a great job of, kind of trying to weather this storm so far and making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, and that's what you'd expect from the champ, wouldn't you? You wouldn't expect him, to do anything else.
Absolutely.
The way he'll look at it, is he'll give it his all. But if he does get knocked out, he's going to go down fighting and take as many of these Norse with him. So, he's a great champ, and he's definitely not with this yet. It's just going to be tough for him.
By the way, something just occurred to me. None of this has been hyped. Am I off my rocker here, or didn't Arzawane and V Power B play in the first season as well in the playoffs?
They did first round.
Yeah, man, this is a grudge match. If you guys don't remember, there was controversy in the first round because V Power V with his dwarves, the Fat Lightning, was facing off against Arzawane's Orcs. The two finished the first half, and there was no score. And Arzawane got the ball back, or got the ball to start offense in the second half. We were like one or two turns in. Actually, the Orcs had 2 injuries, I think, and V Power's team, the dwarves had one, and then V blue screened. And there was Arzawane, when we asked Arzawane, do you want to replay it? He declined. He said, hey, I think I had the advantage when the blue screen happened, and I'm gonna hang on to this win and go through to the next round. So and V said, you know what, I don't want to make this a thing, so that's fine with me, and decided not to push the issue. But wow, this is what a great opportunity to redeem yourself if you're V and kind of get your revenge, huh? Grudge match between these two coaches over the controversy last playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting retribution. I think there's only one winner what came out of that match, and that was V-Power V, the way he handled it. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the way Arzawane decided not to give him a rematch, considering it was 0-0. You know, I mean, I thought it was a bit harsh myself, but that's his decision. But the way VPowerV never moaned about it, just dealt with it like a proper champion, and you know, and he hasn't mentioned to me about, oh, I'm going to get him back because of last.
No,
year.
V's never said that, but it would be kind of sweet to get redemption on a guy that where that happened last time. And these two have played in the regular season. I think V actually may have won when they played in the regular season in season 1 before that happened. He said it was going the same way as the first match until the blue screen. But yeah, V has never complained about it. He didn't want to cause an issue with the playoffs and wanted to maintain the integrity of the sportsman type attitude. And I will say, I think it's worth saying, I did say this in the beginning, I can definitely see Arzo's frustration. Because especially now that I've watched him extensively play, right? A 0-0 score where your opponent has got the ball for the entire first half, and it's a slow opponent like Dwarves, and you manage to keep him from scoring, that's a big deal. That is a big deal. So I could see how it would be frustrating for him to have to replay when, in his eyes, he had a huge advantage having the ball, and and the Dwarfs were unable to score the whole first half. So I could, whether I would have done that again, I probably would have given the replay as well. But I can see, how mad would Arzo would have been if it, they replayed and it was the, first half all over again, and then all of a sudden, Dwarves score and it's a different story and there's more attrition and.
No, yeah, I like to say it's always a tough call, isn't it? I think. I was just so impressed the way VPowerV handled it, to be honest, because obviously, I mean, 4-6 weeks, whatever it was, to try and get to the playoffs was hard enough as it is. You get there, you're looking forward to it. His dwarfs have been fantastic all season, and then for it to be taken away in the cruelest fashion, and then to just say, you know what, lads, it's all right. I don't want to cause a fuss. It happens. I just thought it was fantastic, and good luck to him. But I think if he does beat Izarduy, I think he'd be more happy he's beaten.
I'm sorry to interrupting your thought, but Grolsch is gone after the pylon, nasty pylon, and the numbers are starting to come back in Izarduy's favor, huh?
Yeah, he needed that, didn't he?
He needs the attrition, and there's definitely only one side he's attacking down, and it'll be the right. If you look, he's got the more skilled beastman on the right side, and he's got the rookie beastman on the left. I think you would definitely see him pushing down that side.
Yeah.
Even if it's on towards Cheney rather than the rookie off.
I mean, the only positive I can see for the North at the moment, apart from the 1-0 up and they've got a wizard, is the postman still alive and he's on the pitch. So while he's on there, he's got a good chance of winning it.
Absolutely. But it looks like VPower's just going to sit back and wait for Chaos to try and to push. Which is interesting, Bernie, because you and I said we'd probably be more aggressive in how we'd approach it. So I'm going to be intrigued to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, I mean, he had the chance anyway when he got the change defense, but he decided not to go ahead with it.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Even his cage is playing around the wizard a little bit, just by spacing it out so you can't fireball.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did against Stingy in the second half. Against Gasaman Space Mariners. That's all you can do, can't you? Just try and, so if he does hit you, that it doesn't get all them down and you've got some protection on the ball. Well, like I say, it's still the favourite to win. This is Froth Fighters VPowerV. But if he keeps taking more injuries, then the pendulum starts to swing the other way, doesn't it?
Sorry, by the way, if you're watching my Twitch, my controller fell and it rewinded it back a couple of moves. So that's why it's not deja vu. You are seeing the Beastmen repositioning down, and that Agi 5 Beastman again jumping into a cage.
On those bourbons again, haven't you?
No, actually, haven't started drinking yet for the day. Just been a little.
It's past midday where you are, isn't it? You're normally halfway through a bottle by now.
Nah, not always, but I
Not
should be.
always. Okay.
I always feel like I should be. And wow, this is dangerous though. The cage has been constructed now with a lot of the front of those guys in contact for the Beastmen. So now you're seeing the Norse kind of start to surround, and that is a strength 5er though, and maybe that's why Arzo is so confident.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the postman's got Dauntless, so he could come in and give him a good slap, I suppose.
And
Nope,
he's not going to push the issue right now. He's just going to break the cage down a little more, or going to try to anyway. That doesn't help. The postman does not deliver on this instance.
He's probably still mourning the death of FantFox's postman, to be fair.
Absolutely, we forgot to mention that at halftime, the crowd managed to take off their hats as these two postmen, the postman from V's team decided to take a knee in honor of his fallen comrade from FantFox's season 3 team who died today.
It was a sad, sad time. And what I didn't tell you was actually the dead postman was Bernie Postman Buffon.
No.
So he really was. He really was. But that team has vowed never to take the pitch again as a result of the traumatic events of today's block.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Really do think that's the right call as well.
What kind of occupations can you go into after being a Blood Bowl player? When your playing days are done here, do we take a look at what is the survivability of you as a wage earner after you've played this bloody game? Probably have a bunch of PTSD and other issues.
I think you'd have a very good career on the after dinner speaker circuit. I'm sure there's much call for Blood Bowl players there.
Oh, there's another KO. Yeah, I mean, you could become a ref, couldn't they? When they retire, they could become a ref.
How many of them do you see that aren't gobos though? I thought the gobos kind of have the lock on the ref occupation.
Yeah, there's been ogre refs, and there's been refs with chainsaws. There's been halfling refs, especially on the tabletop. It's just obviously cyanide. They're a bit boring and go with just the goblin ref.
True.
You know, a nice dwarf ref would be good.
I think in cyanide regulated Blood Bowl, however, you may be facing. I think the goblins have the lockdown right now on it, but you never know. You never know in the future what might come with DLCs. And it looks like the Chaos have actually managed to carve themselves a nice big hole toward the right sideline, and we're probably going to be witnessing the establishment of a cage on that right sideline. Because while we've been having fun over here talking, I'm seeing a lot of Norse players on their back.
I would now go into a full cage, and I would taunt the Power V to use as wizard. That's what I'd do now. I would just close him up and taunt him and say, "Go on, fireball me," because he isn't in any position to really,
take advantage of it.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean, Osman's now got a man advantage on the pitch, so attrition is beginning to tell.
Down as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's what 1, 2, 3, 4 Norse down, all of them marked up.
Yeah, there's no way you use that. There's no way you use a wizard next turn if you're V-power, because you just can't get the ball back.
Yeah, he's not gonna. I mean, he's down to use it, but he's too smart for that.
Can the other team steal it away?
I mean, I think we'll be hard pressed to see V use his wizard at all, even if there is a decent opportunity, because he's up 1 now, right? And that wizard is your final trump card. So if you're up 1, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is he scores and you go to overtime. So unless it's like a clear winner from using the wizard, I think he keeps that in his back pocket for emergencies and takes it into overtime if necessary.
Well, yeah, that's what he probably will do. But obviously, his eyes are when you think, well, you just never know what people do. I mean, if he sees a full cage and he can get 5 of them, he might go, you know what, I'll try it now, try and win it now. I'm not saying he will, but you should be
True.
trying to get him to use his wizard. I'm not saying he will, but because
So
that's
if you're
going to be
listening,
messing with
these are
our
good
game.
psychological tactics you don't always hear.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, he's in up. I'm not. I mean, Vpov is a very clever coach, but as you know, when you're a team and the other guy's got a wizard, it just messes with you, doesn't it? You just never relax. So any
True.
chance of that, you think, sometimes you just got to take risks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you're never going to win now if you don't take any risks.
That should be inscribed somewhere. You're never going to win if you don't take any risks, especially not in Blood Bowl.
Absolutely. I mean, when would you be looking to scoring if your eyes are win? 10, 13, 14, or would you go a bit brave and go 15, 16?
I want to go to overtime, if I'm honest though.
Yeah. If I'm Ozwin, I don't want to give the ball back to Vipa, but I definitely do not want to give him more chance to get that Yeti back on the pitch and doing some damage to me.
Yeah, but no matter where he scores, he's still going to get one chance to get that Yeti back on the pitch, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, but
Two.
the earlier he scores,
Two chances.
then the more likely it is that that the Norse will score. So if you score in 13, then it gives V4 turns, and he's got Cheney there with catch, movement 8. He is very quick. He only needs to go three squares in your opponent's half, and he can score from there. So you don't give the ball back that early, I don't think.
But that's it. That's it. Just try and find out what you lot would do. I mean, obviously myself, I'd be looking 10, 15. I don't think I'd go to 10, 16 because you're always asking for trouble.
Looks like V's pushing the issue here. Marking everybody up. This is dangerous with a Norse team.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's he's got 2 people back, and he's got 1 pressuring the ball.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not dangerous because you've left yourself open for a big score. It's dangerous because your numbers are already getting whittled down. You survived this far.
Yeah.
This could go wrong for him.
Yeah, especially putting Leffy right over there. He's probably his best player. And he's just about to get slapped.
That is exactly what happens. He directs his falling body next to the ball carrier to give him a little less maneuverability, but not much.
The thing is, what I used to do, especially my younger days playing football, if someone did that to me, I would be like, how dare you send one man after my ball carrier when he's covered with all them bodyguards? How dare you? Right, you're getting stamped just on the principle of having the audacity to even attempt to even apply that you're going to hit my ball carrier. So that's just me.
But again, these mankinis are holding up. They must be bulletproof mankinis.
Is that another item in the Serious Jest online shop?
So you gotta have a bulletproof mankini. I mean, if you don't have one in your closet, you're really missing out. Literally take a bullet.
A mankini for all occasions.
It really impresses the ladies.
Did he get these one from Kazakhstan?
Do they come in any colours other than luminous green?
Good old Borat. It's interesting where he's positioned his ball carrier right next to the guy on the floor, Leffy.
Yep.
Unless he's going to stamp on him, that's a bit risky.
It is risky. He's saying you're not getting more than a 2-die block on me though, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, and you can also push him, even if you get to push into... There we go, where's he going now? Oh, I'm confused now. Where's he going? Going on a little wander.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is ballsy.
Interesting.
Really ballsy.
Oh, that went well.
Ooh, that's... You know, Arsenal did stuff like this last playoffs, though. And we were like, this is so dangerous. Why is he doing that? And it kept working out for him. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's just like, you know what? You can't bash it with me. I'm going to line up 3 guys on you. You can pick this guy up off the floor if you want. And all it's going to do is piss me off. I'm gonna beat the hell out of him next time. But, you know, the only issue with this is that's a blodger. So if you don't land that one POW on the 6-sided die with the other 2 guys, he's going to remain in contact with your ball carrier. And you just...
Yep. Would have been a sad stepper.
Side step as well.
That's what I meant. Sorry, a blodge stepper.
Yeah, he could be nicknamed the MC Hammer if he doesn't go down this time. You can't touch this.
I like that.
Do you know, I might have been tempted to fireball that before I got my player up.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I thought, oh, that's 3.
Yeah, when he moved the third,
Yeah.
there, that's why I was like, But the 2, I probably would have gone for that. Fireballed them both while the player was down. Hoped it took the ball carrier out.
Yeah. I like the move, obviously, but I think what V is thinking is, look, I'm winning. Why take that chance?
Yeah.
Like, I've got people back to stop the touchdown. You do that when it's like, it's that or the guy can run and score on you.
But that's no fun, Jess. Jess, that's no fun. You know, we're not conservative, you know, we're not conservative players. We like to be aggressive.
You know what's fun? Off dodges are fun until that happens.
You know, I mean, me and FantFox, we don't care about the winning. We put on a show like we did last season.
Right. we do it for the fans.
We do, don't we? We do. Always do for the fans.
Create some stories, some memories.
I mean, I thought it was quite genius what I named my team this year. Don't mention overtime. We got knocked out in overtime. I mean, you just can't make stuff like that, can you? So, yeah. You know, and obviously we'll have don't mention overtime. Death roller squish, dead body on the floor T-shirts next, and yeah, we'll be having plenty of coppers going in. But yeah, this is. I'm getting a bit worried now for KLC because if this side stepper, well, I'm going to call it MC Hammer for now until he gets beat up.
Then he's not worthy.
No, he's not worthy. Absolutely. Seriously, if he can't knock him down, he's in trouble.
Yep.
But there's no tackle piece there, unless he brings someone across. Is it? He can't there. In fact, he hasn't got a tackle piece. What can be used? So. Oh, dear.
No, that was dangerous.
He could bring one person above the ball carrier, one person below the ball carrier. So bring the Chaos Warrior and the Beastman, and then block him away.
But the thing is,
because then he wouldn't be able to be in contact.
Then why have lined your guy up there on him, marking him up with your ball carrier to begin with, if you were just going to do that?
Hey, I'm thinking of getting you out of this situation. I'm not saying I would put myself into it.
True. This situation also takes away him being able to concentrate on the surf over here that he has available on the right side.
Yeah.
And Nuffle is not happy with the positioning and is saying, you know what, I'm not going to help you out.
Nope.
Let's see what happens. So look at that.
Uh-oh.
Doom, 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 doom.
You can't touch
this.
Alternatively, you just dodge the ball carrier away.
Alright, well, that's actually... What he's probably going to do now is he's going to blitz with Infinito. No, he's not. Oh, no, he's not. Alright,
that's awful.
Yeah, he is going to dodge the ball carrier away. You're right. That's what he's going to do. No, you're right. Infinito. I don't like the Infinito blitz either. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so now he needs to mark up the Ulf that's down on the left. Aspels, if he's going to dodge away. There you go.
That's what he's doing. Double one there would have been disastrous.
Yep. But to be fair, if he had, it would have been his own fault for putting himself in that position in the first place. So
yeah, that would have been enough for getting him back.
It would have been self-inflicted. So I don't know where he's going now. Going for a walk.
Shout out to two players from the MML, Luliz and Reloaded. In the chat, Reloaded screaming out Chaos Dwarves. No, sorry, sir, they are not here yet, but they're coming. Failed dodge.
Yeah, I've had quite a few people asking me, obviously, Bernie, you like playing dwarfs? Are you going to be playing Chaos Dwarfs? And it's like, well, probably.
Yeah. Why not?
Along with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Although I think it's great that they're releasing 2 races at the same time.
It's great, yeah.
So then you won't have the painful mirror matches, or as many of them.
Yeah, I one of my friends who's obviously I used to work at Games Workshop, and one of my friends who still works at Games Workshop, he was saying the reason Cyanide are, or the way he believes the reason why Cyanide are bringing goblins out yet is because when they get brought out in April, they're going to have new secret weapons. So it'd be pointless
on the
for
tabletop?
Cyanide to do it now.
When they come out on the tabletop?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So he wouldn't say what, but he said there's going to be new secret weapons, and obviously the bribes only 50,000 now instead of 100,000, what we already know. And he said that's the reason why Cyanide are doing it. Cyanide are stupid, they're probably the most popular one everybody wants, but obviously they can't start saying stuff like that. So I might get trouble with GW, where myself just hate it.
So the bribe is going to drop from 50 Gs? I mean, to 50 Gs?
To 50, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's rightly so, because they're all bent, aren't they, all these goblins, and they all got the secret weapons, so they're always giving away backhanders, so yeah. I think that's a good move. The other thing, obviously, what I don't know if you've realised, is if you buy the Nuffle Altar, it's 50,000 less per star play, so you can get some of these like funny little characters for like 10 grand, 30 grand.
Right.
And have a mini team every game. So, goblins will be funny and quite competitive for a goblin anyway, and you get 2 trolls as well. So,
dude, if they drop the bribes to 50K, I mean, rollers are going to become standard on every dwarf team then.
No, not dwarfs, goblins.
Oh, the bribe would only be 54 goblins.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying all across to buy a bribe and inducements it's going to drop. Okay.
No, just goblins, because obviously they're well known for being dodgy.
Yeah, it'll be Foul City in every game.
Yeah, but goblins need that sort of thing. Ooh, ouch.
No, I don't mean forgot. I meant if they were to open that up for every team, inducements was only 50K for a bribe. Every game would be Foul City. Rollers would stay on the pitch always for dwarf games.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad they've done it for the goblins though, because the reason you play the goblins is because of the secret weapons, and the amount of times I've almost been on the floor in tears throwing, having a grenadier and throwing that bomb, and people catching in, they're throwing on somebody else, and they catch it, and you're just playing hot potato with a grenade. Most times you end up killing yourself, but who cares? It's fun.
Sounds fun.
So to have the chance of using the secret weapons more than one drive is fantastic, and I can see them.
That's a big
really
fail
popular.
dodge right there. Big fail dodge. Yeah. Was it double ones or was it a tackle on that player?
Must be double ones.
Double one. Lefebvre.
There was no tackle. Yeah, it was. Double twos.
Oh, not double ones. Yeah.
Yeah, double twos.
I was going to say it's only a G3.
Yep.
Lefebvre used to have the nickname MC Hammer.
And now he's looking more like Milli Vanilli. A fraud. These young kids are listening to this chat going, who the hell is Milli Vanilli? You don't want to know. Yeah. This is big, though. But that failed dodge, this is... El Cielo está dentro de mí is in range to score now. And I think you have to take this opportunity now.
Yeah, I don't think you can stall.
Yeah, with a wizard out there, especially like you don't want to play around with this. I don't know. Maybe though. Now I'm starting to. No, you can't get anybody over there
No,
for the blitz. You gotta go.
there's too much risk to try and make that safe, even for me, to stall.
Although, to be fair, yes, he's coming with the. Yeah, because to be fair, the only thing is, this is not an easy touchdown as it is anyway. You're gonna have to. I mean, you blitz. Even if you push him back, you still gotta go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2 GFIs.
Yeah, this is risky stuff, really is.
No matter which way he does it, it's gonna be a risk. And it would have been even worse. He would have kind of been stuck even more if that runner hadn't failed to dodge.
Yeah, it's a 2+ with a reroll, and then obviously 2+ with a reroll if you go for it. So technically, more times than not, you should pass it. But you know what Blood Bowl's like? Double ones are always around the corner. But I mean,
or do you just not? I mean, do you just like run your guy up this right, like around the Chaos Warrior, more toward the center, and just sit on the goal line or 2 spaces out, dare him to wizard you?
I don't think you'll wizard him. He's not in a position to take advantage if he does. I mean, obviously, if he goes down the left, the postman's just waiting to slap him, so that probably wouldn't be a good idea. If it goes down the right, you could probably stall a bit down the right, but I'd be like you guys. I'd be tempted to score now.
The only thing is, like I said, the score is very, very risky. Where you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even that's only 1 GFI, right? 1, 2.
It's not risky. It's a 2+
right.
with a reroll.
No, you're
and 2+
right.
with a reroll again. So, in my last 3 challenge games in the MML, I failed on a double 1 3 times in a row. So I shouldn't really be saying that. But
Oh, Bernie, I'm not
usually
looking. I'm seeing this 2, right? No, this is a movement 6 guy. So even if he dodges straight through, that's 1 dodge at 83%.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2 83% rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to make 2 2+s. Now, whether he does that via dodge or GFIs, it's kind of irrelevant because the guy he's dodging through's got tackle.
That's why I'd almost be tempted to just not even go for, like, just run toward the center and leave things the way they are and not score.
and that's what he's going to do.
There you go.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Why
does he stay back so much? So in case something goes wrong with the wizard or he gets knocked loose, I guess he's looking to. Oh, okay, that's why. Now he's got another beastman there to pick it up in case something happens.
Yeah,
I
but
just don't get why do that. I mean, that's a free shot by Guinness. Guinness got a free shot if that Alpha Werner gets rid of that Infinito. That's a free shot for Guinness for a start.
Yeah.
But not only that, you've got two berserkers with a jump up.
Yep, I agree.
Sitting there.
Shoot, man.
Yep.
And
I
actually, what you do
at first I thought he was going to
use
pull him
the
back here in case the berserkers try to dodge away.
Yeah, you use the oath as balls to clear Infinito, the AV9 beast. You then move Guinness the lineman over to assist the block on Acqui, the beast who's marking the 2 berserkers. Okay, he's going to do this. You could have got both beasts, so you could have got both berserkers over, I think.
He's going to need to dodge. He's going to need to execute a dodge.
Not in a
No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, he cleared it. I didn't see that. Oops.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, Fan, would you hit with the Alpha Werner first and then try and get the other guy in so you got 2 dice, or?
Yeah, I mean the berserker he's left down has guard, and he would have been one that I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted him to use to do the blitzing. I'd have wanted the one that's already stood up, Peroni, to do the blitzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in any case, I mean, I think now you got to move Estrella first, right? You got to move the guard into position first before you hit with the Ultra Warner in case something goes wrong, or no?
Well, no, you won't be hit with the Alpha Werner. You'll be hit with Guinness, the lineman. I mean, Alpha Werner can push Infinito out the way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you do, yeah,
Yeah, that's
just
what you do. That's what I'm saying. That's
you're
how
right.
you do that. You move
You
this
do your
block,
safe move
the guard
stuff, don't
here,
you? You use the ones that
then
don't
you
use your
hit with
dice
the whole
rolls.
hit him away,
There
and
we
now
go.
here comes the blitz with Guinness.
Yeah.
A
One
It's
go
a
for it.
GFI now.
a nice stout lineman, not too hard on the
Mm-hmm.
waistline, and gets the job done.
Has plenty of iron in it.
Exactly. And he's probably looking around. V's looking around to see if there's anything he's missing that he should take advantage of before. I wonder if he's wondering if he should move the postman over first. Nah, man, he dodge him out after.
No.
Yeah, there's
No, leave both.
only one way to skin this cat, I think. What?
Wow. What the heck is that
happening?
all about?
Does he want to hit
Maybe
with the
he's
postman?
gonna-
Maybe he wants to.
No
Yeah.
way. The postman. That's a long way. That's to go for as
No,
well.
it's a
hell?
GFI.
Here comes the postman. Come
Oh,
on,
because he's
come
got
on,
the
this is
tackle.
yours.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes a lot more
And as
sense now.
always,
Why do I
the
ever
post-
question V power?
His
And it
name's
pays
the
off
postman,
because
so we always go with it.
that was a defender stumbles. So that had he not done
Yeah.
that, he wouldn't even knocked him down. However, he does not manage to stun him or break armor, so that hurts because on the next turn, that's a dodge out and 2 GFIs. No, maybe not, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have the range. So he's going to have to probably dodge Sakame the Ki or hit Cheney. Yeah, get Lady Blue into the end zone and then dodge out and pass. That's going to happen. And that is what happens. Que tenga suertecita. Good luck to you does not deliver good luck. He delivers a seat on the turf to Wilhelm, and Lady Blue is going to go for that end zone. But before she does that, I imagine Arzo's looking to see if he can add some hits to the fund.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit careful. If you go in these vanity blocks, you should be now thinking, right, what do I need to get rid of and score?
He really doesn't need to get rid of anything else. It's at this point in order to score.
Yeah.
But for bonus, he goes ahead and breaks some Mankini.
It does.
It's a question of whether he tries to score on his Agi 5 downed Beastman at the moment, who's 3 SPP or whatever.
That's I don't think that would be no. I think you're seeing
That's
Lady
greedy.
Blue go for the end zone, and the Agi 5 guy's going to be passing. There's no way. He'd be crazy to do that.
So
The
this
three
is
SPs
Izarduy.
not worth it.
Why would you do that? Because that adds even more dice rolls to the standing Beastman. Just 3+ dodge out, 3+ pick up, run in, rather than a 3+ dodge out, 2+ pick up, 2+, 2+
Okay.
pass, and then 3+ catch.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. It's a 3. Yeah, it's more dice rolls. It's just that one of them is a lot better. 2 of them are a lot better. 3 of them are a lot better.
Well, the thing with the Agility 5 guy is 2+ all round, isn't it? And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Oh
the
yeah, it's not
postman's
3+ dodge out, is it? Of course.
no.
He's not
I
going
mean,
to
the
do it.
postman's annoying because he's got
But
the
he kicked
tackle.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, there we go. He's gonna.
This is even
Oh
smarter.
no!
This is smarter than everything we came up with but it did not pay dividends. So
Okay.
Wow! Oh no! Oh no!
I don't
No,
really.
think-
no god, no god.
I
No.
don't like where he put him down. I don't. Why don't? Oh. And the double ones. Nuffle just says, you know what? Enough of this. Enough of this. And this is a free-for-all right now. Anything could happen here.
And the problem is as well as it's stunned, so the Agility 5 guy will not be taking any more part in this game.
That is a huge problem. I didn't think he was going to try to... yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, to do it, because it's... to at least pick the ball up and make him harder to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why he did the chain block, but I still believe the way we had it with the 2+ was probably better. but he's now in a world of trouble. The champ's in trouble.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to score that turn on that Beastman. He would have, he would have had to pass it still.
Are you sure? Because I usually down as 2 go for it.
By the way, VG Purist in the chat. VG Purist, as you know, is a very famous PC streamer in the chat. Sometimes jumps in our PS4 cups to check us out. What's up, VG? VG says Arzawayne does not repeat. So 2 things with that. Number 1, he's surprised that Arzawayne doesn't get the victory here. But number 2, he's basically calling this game as over, and the Froth fighter's winning. Well, he's not directly saying that, but he's implying it.
Plus, yeah, it's not over yet, but he's Aswin, in my opinion, has made it a lot harder for himself the second half. He's done a few things what have just made it hard for himself. Yeah. But he's the champ, so I won't write him off yet.
Yep. I mean, shoot, Gasso can clear off. Yeah, he's using the blitz to get there, so he can surround the ball. And now oh no, he's gonna pick it up with this player and take off. There you go. Goodbye. That's a blodger too. Yeah, this is looking worse and worse and worse.
Does he just pass it as far down the pitch as he can? Does he throw it, or does he hold it?
He's used his blitz.
Oh no, of course.
But it is a blodger, so I mean, taking him down is going to be tough enough. And then getting the ball to a receiver, this is looking bleak as hell for the Arzanators.
And it's a postman blodger as well, so even worse.
Postman blodger? Yeah.
Absolutely, he's come out big as a postman.
VG, I got to be honest here. So VG says he's seen it before. Nuffle favors one side and allows him to win. I honestly, Nuffle did help out the Norse in some ways in the first half. However, I think the luck started to turn around here in the second. I mean, just the fact that the Norse didn't. These 3 guys right here have not gotten up since like early in the game. They've been out the entire game. So it definitely has not been a one-sided affair at all. And I think I'm with Bernie. I think Arzawayne did some things here toward the very end that kind of. He may have tried to get too cute with it, and I think he made it a lot harder than just taking the simple approach. And yeah, I mean, I will also add really quickly, we have a saying in the MML, #JustScore, right? And Arzo did have the opportunity to do that, and decided not to, and he got burnt. And I'm not saying it was the wrong decision, because I was saying probably don't score either at the time.
Use the wizard.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Although, I don't know if I'd have chosen him. I might have chosen the wrestler.
The wrestler is more important, yeah, in my opinion, but...
Ouch!
Oh.
And that's game,
it's
folks.
Postman. Don't mess with the postman.
That is game. Set, match. Unfortunately, Arzo's going to go out early in the first round, and unfortunately for our champ, we're going to have a new champ in Season 2. And the unthinkable has happened. This is one of the scariest teams that was playing, is this Chaos team. As were the Afterlife Mints, that undead team that everybody... What is that? He's celebrating. Look at that. Nuffle doesn't like that. Nuffle doesn't like the over-celebration.
He wants the SPP on left.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get SPP for that, though. Oh, left is going to get the throw. Okay, he wants to throw. Okay.
He wants to.
So you're talking about... But why... Why back him up?
Okay, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't.
They just celebrating.
I think he's just so overcome with joy at the victory. And is he going to take advantage of his extra SPP? Yes, why not? He should very well take some extra SPP right here. Oh, no, it doesn't. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and let's see if that AV9 holds up. It does not! He should have been wearing a mankini, but it's only a stun. And I imagine this poor El Extranjero is going to catch a bad one as well. stand
So
up
we
that
should.
Okay. He's pushing him that way.
They're gathering around that lone player.
And Peroni doesn't need 2 hits. He's going to take care of it in the
Boom.
first. That's armor break. It's only a KO, though. So no SPP there. And we have had some major upsets in round 1 yet again. A Mankini, VG Purist. So you don't have one in your closet? I got all kinds of Mankinis. I got Mankinis with bling. It's amazing.
One touchdown.
And that's the match, folks. V-Power V with the big victory, getting revenge over Arzoane from his loss, his blue screen loss in the first season. And yeah, take a look at that score, 1-0. I did send him an invite pre-match, so hopefully he will join us. And there we go. 5 KOs to the 3 from the Chaos. 3 injuries, though, for the Norse on the Chaos. That was bigger. The Norse just came in with overwhelming numbers, and it just really shows you. It's like the Norse have the advantage in that having all that block allows you to operate at a much lower TV. And really, so, you know, they give him a lot of the inducements, and Wilhelm was very instrumental. Wilhelm really lived up to how much he cost. And the Wizard wasn't even really a huge factor in this. I don't know if you guys think that, but...
Hello.
V-Power V!
Hey, V.
Unable to unseat the champ. Revenge for the round 1 loss in Season 1. How do you feel?
That was pretty tense towards the end. But yeah, it was good. It was yeah, very nerve-wracking until that last little play that worked out.
It really gave you a run for the money over there, yeah, at the very end, and then did some things that some of the announcers thought kind of made it harder on himself.
Well, I did or he did?
He did, I thought. We thought, in some cases.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing blaring. It's really easy to second guess people. You know, but what a game, though. What a game. Well, you guys have any questions
Yeah.
for V?
Yeah, the postman delivers again, BV. Well played, sir.
It easily the best guy on there without a shadow of a doubt. Especially at the
Yeah,
end.
But the thing, he obviously psyched him out because he had a chance to score. He needed 2+2+, but I think you having tackle, put him off going that way. I think it was 10-14.
Yeah. I was surprised he didn't go for that because, he could have had the dodge. It was just a 2+ dodge, but yeah, with a tackle that I just kept him at the back just to try and have that bit of guy in reserve as a sweeper sort of thing.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes, isn't it? I mean, obviously, if he probably didn't have tackle, he probably would have. Oh, I'm just guessing. I think he would have gone for it. But
Yeah.
you always remember them bad things, don't you? Where I rolled a double 1, or what happens if I roll a 1 and I have to use my reroll? Then do I still go for it? And we've already seen it this season.
At that point, I was kind of thinking if it goes for extra time, I didn't mind too much. I was hoping, like, I was unfortunate not to get the Yeti back. That was really annoying. But sort of kind of thought, I hope he
Those
comes back.
3 guys slept for most of the match.
Yeah, the entire match, and they went out early as well. But,
What do you think?
I
Extra
kinda
wing
hope
sprints for them in practice this week?
Yeah, well, he earned his money in the first few turns, so that was okay. That paid off. It was the first few turns. I just literally wanted to just claw as many people as possible, and it worked really well. So that kind of set up that first half. To be.
It definitely did. 32 blocks succeeded and 15 armor breaks. That's very good return for the Norse.
And made great use of the fouls until the ref finally said, "Okay, that's enough."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It was just claw everyone and foul everyone, and then the first little while, I would have carried on fouling, to be honest, because I thought even with the knockouts, I thought some of them were going to come back, so
Yeah.
I still would have the players to replace, but I didn't really get the opportunities to foul anyone decent. So I just concentrated more on keeping it safe. But...
I would say you probably threw him off. Arzawayne is. I don't think I've ever seen him in the position before, um, where he was outbashed. He is
Yeah,
not with not with
yeah.
his champ teams, with
The,
his
the
playoff
first two
teams.
turns were just outrageous, and he was obviously as soon as I left the Yeti out in the open, I knew he was going to get hit. But I sort of, even at that point, I thought, oh, I've got off the players. The only player obviously I wanted to go off was the agility 6 guy, but he didn't really get a chance. He kept him well protected, to be honest. But.
There is a significant difference between AV9 and AV8, and I think that again, Arzo's style last in season 1 was very effective, especially because he is a very bashy guy, likes to surround people and put it down. And
Yeah.
it's these beastmen. AV8, it's strong enough, but I mean, it's just the same as like high elf armor or dark elf armor for the most part, and they do break. AV7 is a lot worse, and it's more of a glass cannon, but they do break. So. Not having the numbers, I think, impacted his playstyle. He did a great job rebounding as soon as he, after the initial what the hell just happened wore off. But
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That the first couple of turns, I just imagine his jaw probably hit the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like literally, maybe 4 of the best players. No, certainly 3 of the best players just went off the pitch in 2 turns. So.
Yeah, and Lou pointed out this is a very fair comment from the chat. This is why the chat is good. They keep us in check sometimes. The final 2, that final failed pickup or whatever, were 2 1s, right? So whatever he did would have failed. But here's what I will say to that, Lou, is that there would have been less dice rolled if he would have gone another way, I think. So he may never have gotten to those 2
Yeah, I
runs.
was kind of surprised the way he went. Actually, I forget how it was set up, but when he went.
With their chain push.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to come. Some sort of, he could have pushed from the right hand side and freed up one of the big men. But to be fair, the whole game, especially in that second half, I was really risking losing players. But the dice for him were terrible. Even the blocking lights was just getting pushes and both downs and all sorts. And luckily the Norse were just staying on their feet, so it didn't really that was unlucky for him.
It was a weird momentum wave because that whole first half was all you, and then the second half it seemed like it took a quick, like it switched, and Norse. You lost the one Norse player that came off the pitch, and all his blocking dice were making it. And it just, even though the numbers weren't that skewed, it did look like he was starting to overwhelm you. Was there a point there in the middle where you were like, "Oh shit"?
Trying to be patient. Yeah, 100%. That's why I brought Cheney and the other guy back, just because I thought if I left them any further forward, they were going to get hit, and they were the 2 players that I thought could make a difference. So I needed to keep them well out of the way.
Very smart, very smart. It did work for you. You guys got any other questions for V?
Yeah, just I think V Power V he's always comes across as a people make him out a bit of an underrated coach. I don't think he gets the. I think so. Yeah. I don't think he gets. I don't think he.
Talking to Bernie.
I don't think he. Just the impression. Obviously, serious guest, for instance. Obviously, serious guest is on his own pedestal. I know he's got demented and all that sort of stuff, but let's just remember though, V, when everyone else said you weren't going to win this game, I said no,
I did. Yeah, I'll give you that. I got the Bernie seal of approval, so that was your
That's also known as the curse.
That was the difference.
Curse.
Yeah, no, that was a blessing, not a curse.
It was a blessing. I tipped all you 3 to win, and you all threw.
That's true.
So,
it's not a curse this year. It's the Bernie Buffon blessing. BBB. Get that triple B rating. If you get the triple B rating, you're all good. Love it.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think I was so upset last season. We was talking this about the blue screen, and it's good that I know you wouldn't have had revenge on your man. You just wanted to get the job done, but it's so good to see you actually win and get over that first hurdle, and nothing's stopping you now.
Yeah, I could have done with a couple of level ups, which was unfortunate, but I didn't get anything.
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all you needed was one SPP for either one of those ulfs to become much more
Yeah.
dangerous, and you were unable
That's
to
why I was
get
still
that done.
going on that final turn. I thought I'm just gonna see if I can pick up any vanity points, you know. But I wasn't like trying to be a dick. I just
We were
thought
actually
I need
surprised
this
you didn't
man.
pass with Leffe at the
Yeah.
end. He was
That's
one
how
I
it
know,
SPP.
looked.
yeah.
One SPP.
I was. That was the initial plan. 100%. That was the initial plan, and I thought I didn't want to risk it.
And you
So
failed the reroll, didn't you? So,
yeah. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna leave him there and hope I can put enough people down and put the wizard in. If that had stunned him, he wouldn't have even got a decent hit on the actual ball either. But that was a big thing. He,
No, no,
you
no,
know,
no,
hit
no.
the ball and couldn't put him down.
I meant at the very end. Bottom of turn 16, the game was already won. You handed off to
Yeah.
Leffe, and you know, there's like Arzwayne wasn't going to get another turn. It was already over, and then you
Oh
ran
yeah,
him.
I couldn't. I wasn't in distance though, was I?
No, because
I
you
was
ran him
nowhere
away
close.
from everybody.
not to score. Not to score. The guy who handed it off to on turn 16 needed one SPP. And then he
Oh,
proceeded
did he?
to run away
You
from
mean
the rest of his teammates.
Yeah.
on turn 15, if I'd have run him up, you mean,
Turn
to put him
16.
in scoring range?
No, 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 no. So you had that
No,
guy
but on turn
Leffe.
15, I brought him back. He
No,
wasn't in range.
Turn 16.
I brought him back on turn 15.
No, so turn 16, you handed off to Leffe, right? Leffe needs one SPP to advance a level, and then we were like, okay, you're
Yeah.
handing off to Leffe because you're gonna go throw to somebody with that. And the game was already over, so it didn't matter.
I thought you
And
meant
then
score.
I think you were probably
Oh.
just so happy you won that he just thought he ran
Yeah, I
downfield.
didn't.
And like, where's he
He
going?
was
Yeah,
too
no,
busy
I didn't
dancing.
even. Yeah, I didn't even notice. He only needed the one. I'm looking at it now.
It was awesome because the way, you know, the little run around over there with the player.
Yeah.
You know, normally I'm not a big fan of like the showboating and stuff with the players, but that, I mean, you could just the happiness that you could kind of just you could see
Yeah,
it overflowing on the
I was
field.
trying to show that. I was literally, yeah, I was happy. It was funny.
So, really awesome, great game to watch. Good performance by both of the coaches. Though I really don't want to take away from Arzwayne at all. Like he got some really tough breaks, and it takes a really good coach to still rebound off of that. And he came very close. I mean, he definitely did his thing.
Yeah.
So operated on a very high level as always. I am sure we will see Arzwayne back in the season 3 cup. And
Yeah, I'm sure, 100%.
V, you are moving on to the second round. Actually, so
Okay.
let's take a look at the
So
matchups.
does that mean?
Yeah, who is it? I can't even think.
All right, hold
So
on.
I guess
I'm
I'll
gonna
know.
go to that now so we can see it. So viewers, if you're watching, and even what I will do is I'll advance the round right now. We'll go live with it. I'm going to Champion Cup, and you take a look at the schedule here. All right, so Froth Fighters win, and I'm going to confirm the round. Bam! Froth Fighters are now facing off with the Space Meteors. So you're going against Gasolamo. Froth Fighters are home team. The Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough, which is FantFox, is going against the Nobles Hispanos, the Sir Jewel 77. The Baltimore Blood will be hosting the Knights of the Round Table. Baltimore Blood is IBN 84. Knights of the Round Table, Chaz Davison. And Swagger Squad is going against Here for Another Beer, which is Dinar 321's Monster Orc team. These are going to be some crazy matchups this round, so a lot of fun to watch. I don't know, you guys want any predictions for the? You guys want to do predictions for the second round? Or quick fire?
Yeah.
Quick fire?
Got
All
it.
right, we won't.
Got it.
Obviously, if it's your team, you won't predict on that one. We're just gonna assume your team wins is your prediction. But Froth Fighters versus Space Meteors, go. Who do you think wins that one? Anyone, jump in. Anyone except V, obviously, it's his team.
I gotta say, I can't call myself.
I'll
I'm
wait.
here, so you gotta say me.
So Froth Fighters, we just saw them come out big time. Space Meteors. So the Space Meteors again is that Necro team.
It's that niggled Mighty Blow Wolf, isn't it?
It is.
Space
Yeah. Well, no.
Meteors.
He's actually Agi down.
Oh, Agi 2, Agi 2,
Yeah,
isn't
he's
it?
Agi too. They have a solid team. Both Flesh Golems have block. Neither one of these two teams, again, when you look at them, you're not like, oh my god, these are crazy stat ups. And remember, the Space Meteors are undefeated as well. Gatsolama, obviously a great coach. They got a couple block pieces there. The claw on the werewolves against against the AV7 is going to be mostly useless. So as long as you can keep him away from the Ulf's V, the claw will be neutralized. Not that much mighty blow on this team. This is going to be close. It's going to be close, and let me take a look at the TV and see what the difference is. I mean, you're looking at Space Meteors were 1530, Froth Fighters 1570. It's going to be very close. I'm going to tip the Froth Fighters to win. That's what I think. Both teams they're weighing in about around each other. Exactly. You need Bernie. Bernie needs to weigh in for you, but is he going to get the BBB?
I'll look in. Can I just go to the schedules, please? Just start off with this. I'm looking at the schedules here.
No, we're just doing Froth Fighters versus Meteors for this.
Yeah. I think this out of the 4 games, I think this is the easiest one to call.
Really?
If I'm being honest. Yeah. It's in my opinion. And it's Froth Fighters all the way. I can't see. The only way I can see Space Meteors winning this is if they break a lot of the Froth Fighters players. The Froth Fighters have got the pace. Yeah, but I'm confident that the Froth Fighters will get this done. Both very good coaches. I think the only reason I struggled with Space Meteors, apart from he's a good coach, is obviously I didn't have the pace. V-Power-V has the pace. He's got Dauntless. He's got a claw on his Yeti. We were on about this werewolf, but he's got a bloody Yeti with a claw. I'm really confident. Out looking at all the games, if I had to lock one down, I'll lock down Froth Fighters.
This is the one you bet money on, right?
Absolutely.
Strongest triple B rating right now given to V-Power-V's Froth Fighters. What do you think, FantFox?
Well, I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to go with the undefeated Necro team. Sorry, V.
Ooh.
But I think they're about equal in mighty blow. I think they've got about 2 each, and I think they've each got 1 tackle piece. I think Space Meteors have a little bit more guard, and that's something that Norse always struggle with in terms of just being out-muscled and guarded in that respect. I mean that's essentially it. I think he's now played 13 matches undefeated.
Yep.
I'll go with that. And also, just to add some controversy to the proceedings, we can't have everyone going for the same team. It's boring.
True. All right, so the next matchup is Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough by our very own FantFox right here in the booth, and they will be hosting the Nobles Hispanos. And what do you think about? We'll start this time with V-Power-V.
The
Nobles Hispanos is the Bretonian team.
Yeah, I haven't seen how. Let me go on the team first. I want to see.
Sergio77 is their coach. He is he's very good at positioning.
I'm thinking about how the Dark Elves came out of their last game. Was there any dramas or injuries or whatever?
Oh yeah, he did a
I have no strength for Mighty Blow Blitzer.
Yeah.
He's out for the game, and I've got a dodge piece, dodge lineman out.
And a couple of startups.
The Nobles Hispanos lost the Peasant in their last game, but they're coming in 11 strong. So, and my mom didn't hug me enough.
I'm gonna probably back Fan on this one, I think, just because of that one guy. Dr. Evil is a nightmare.
Dr.
He
Evil
wants
is
$1
a
million.
Yeah.
And then there's also he hasn't leveled Hannibal Lecter yet. He has Hannibal the Postman Lecter rather, or the Joker yet. The Strength 4 Blitzer. So I mean, this team is full of steps too. And he's 200,000 in the bank as well.
I think some tackling there is probably what would be needed for the Elves. All that dodge on the blitzers.
Yeah,
you got the
blodging blitzers.
You got a V rating as well. You got the V's endorsement, VG Purist. So that's a double V rating because you got V-Power-V's rating and you got VG Purist rating in the chat saying Dark Elves are going to win this one as well. So double
Oh,
B
dear,
rating
the
for
pressure. The pressure.
FantFox. And we can
Yeah.
add the SJ
Much
rating
easier
to
being
that
the
as
underdog.
well. I looking at these teams, I just think with the TV so similar, right? We're looking at 15-20 for my mom didn't hug me enough, but you're gonna have one or two journeymen, right? I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have 2. So another
Yeah.
140, imagine, to add on to
Yeah, so that's like
1620.
1660, and then you look at the where are they? Nobles
The thing is,
Hispanos. Oh, you're gonna
Elf
be at
Journeyman
about
aren't
the
too bad.
same.
He's just gonna sit them on the line of scrummage anyway. So
You're looking at about the same TV from the Nobles Hispanos. And who's at home? Mom didn't hug me enough. What's your stadium inducements?
I don't think I've even got one.
You don't. This team might be so young that they're not.
Or it might be the throw rock one. I
Oh no!
normally
It's
get,
it's a throw. So no throw rock, no get the
yeah,
ref,
yeah.
which benefits both of you. 15 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. Yeah, I'm tapping I think the Dark Elves is just going to be too much to handle for the Novus Hispanos. Although I think it's going to be a good game. I mean, you got to be careful with Sergio 77. He really utilizes these Bretts in an awesome way. He's only got 2 tackle pieces though, and that's going to hurt him dealing with your blodge. You don't have a lot of tackle either, I don't think, and he's got blodgers.
I had a few tackle pieces dying over the course of events.
So this is going to be a tough match, man. It's not going to be easy
Yeah.
either way. But I'm going to tap the Dark Elves as well. What do you think, Bernie? Who gets the triple B rating?
This is really tough. This is really tough because, as FantFox knows, I always tip FantFox because he's a great pro.
Oh, Bernie, stop it! Stop it! The curse! The curse! I can't take it
It's
anymore.
been a blessing this season.
It's been a blessing. But you know what? He's going out. I can't go against Ergel again. I was really annoyed with myself because I've seen this guy play a lot and he is top 5 on the PS4, and I kicked myself because I thought I can't go against that 5 minutes. There's no way even the great Sergel is going to get himself out of this. And what did he do? We did it. It shouldn't. Looking at the teams, if I had to pick a team, what I would coach, it'd definitely be FantFox's team. He's got 200 grand. That could be the difference.
Yeah.
But I feel like because I went against Sergel last time and I paid for it, I don't want to make the same mistake. So and then if FantFox does go out, he can't blame me because I actually tipped the other team.
So it's a win-win for Bernie. So the triple B rating goes to the Nobles Hispanos, and Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough, however, secures the double V rating. So we'll see which one of those is stronger. And now let's take a look at Nurgle versus Humans, the Baltimore Blood versus Knights of the Round Table. Anybody who wants to go first on this one? How about you, Fant?
Okay, let's have a quick look at the teams. So, Knights of the Round Table. I haven't seen them play much. I know they were very late entry into the into the champ ladder, and they seem to storm through everyone pretty quick. So let's have a look. Couple of.
This might be the biggest TV difference. Oh wow! I mean, look at 1490 versus like 21 something.
Wow. Okay.
So whatever you see in terms of what's on the table for the Knights of the Round Table, you could probably add a star player onto that, and they're going to have 12 players going in healthy as it is. They're nothing special if you look at them, other than the block ogre, the blogger boars. But in terms of like stats or anything, nobody's got anything really crazy. They've all got solid. Like one lineman has guard. No, that's about it. But everybody else is pretty much straight down their regular ability trees. But for humans, that works because they're kind of built in a way that they can level nicely to complement each other.
Yeah. Guess you can't see much further than Nurgle then, to be honest. With that, any time that you're playing lots of TV down, I hate being in that position. I guess they don't have much mighty blows in Nurgle. Claw's not going to do too much with AV8s.
There's a significant difference between AV8 and AV7 on the armor break tables.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially the
they've got Claw and Mighty Blow on a couple of those guys.
Yeah. You know, they've got Beast. They can tie up a few of these Strength 3 guys. Yeah, yeah. I don't really. I can't see any further than Nurgle.
Again,
So
I'm
are
gonna agree
they?
with you.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'm gonna agree with you as well. I
It's
think Baltimore Blood, this team looks insane. If they don't kill a lot of the humans, they're going to make themselves enough of a nuisance that, uh, you know, they're not gonna, the humans are not going to be able to do some of the things that they can normally do, like the passing game and stuff like that. So unless they start whoever the whatever they pick in inducements, they better make it count. The one thing that could be the game changer though for me is the one thing that kind of hurts the Nurgle is that they're not they're obviously a 2-1 grind team, right? So they're going to grab this ball with this ball carrier. They're going to just try to like slowly saunter down the field and score and all of that. So if the humans can get their score and then use the wizard to free up the ball at the right time and get it away from the Nurgle, we may be able to see these humans sneak away with a victory. But if I was betting on the game, yeah, Baltimore Blood.
Yeah, you might, and I suppose you'll induce Griff maybe and Wizard. Griff
I don't
is
even know if Griff is
fantastic.
the right call because Griff is like a great guy for the passing game. He's not necessarily a great defensive player. He's great on offense, but the pass game is kind of neutralized here.
But
You may be
yeah,
seeing like
I don't really
Morg.
want, maybe I don't really want Griff to be passing. Maybe I just want Griff to be running with the ball.
No, I'm saying he's a catch skill. That's what I'm saying. So then normally you'll put Griff somewhere like you'll put him within touchdown range. He's very fast, and he'll take off. But he has the catch skill, and that's kind of neutralized a lot even by this, by all that disturbing presence. So you would use him as the ball carrier to begin with. You'd
As the
sit him
ball
back.
carrier, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something like that maybe. I mean, you don't really want to go toe to toe with Neville, do you?
No, not this Nurgle team. This is like if people have been wondering. Everybody says, "Oh, Nurgle sucks at the low TV. At the mid TV, they're a lot better, but when they get the high TV is really when they start to come into their own." And at 2160, this is the best Nurgle team I've probably seen so far. By the way, VG Purist in the chat saying he's calling the upset. He thinks humans win, and I'm guessing it's for the reasons I just said. I think he thinks the star players are going to make the difference here, and the wizard will maybe free the ball up and let him get out. Let's see. His thrower's not a particularly great thrower because sometimes I like to go around Nurgle, right? Like, you set up all your disturbing presence, but you can't cover the whole field. And if I got a strong enough thrower, I can just launch it over the disturbing presence zone without anybody in there. This thrower does not have the reach to do that. So this is going to be a running game on the side of the humans, and they're just going to try to outbash them. VG Purist thinks the Rotters are weak. Here's what I will say to that. And I don't know if you guys agree with me here. I think Rotters are great because they've got the agility 3. They've got all these wonderful characteristics. It's just that decay that really kicks in. That if you catch an injury, then you have to roll twice for the injury and you take the worst one. Now, in the long term, it kind of sucks because that Rotter is like if it would have been a badly hurt, now he's dead. Or a permanent stat down. But in the short term of the game, if he's going out anyway, if he's badly hurt, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's like a KO. You're not re-rolling KO versus injury. You're only re-rolling if it's already an injury. So he was already going out of the game. So for the current moment, who cares? He's gone. And they're 40K, so whatever. So unless you've got a Rotter that somehow becomes like your star player, that he's got all kinds of crazy stats and he survived that far, then that's maybe when you get worried about it. But yeah, for the most part, I like them. Like, yeah, they're disposable. Let's pick up the next one. I don't know how you guys feel about them.
For 40 grand, they're great.
Yeah, with the 538, right? 5338 of their stats.
Yep.
5 movement, 3 strength, 3 agility, 8 AV. But yeah, so that's what VG's thinking. He gets Wizard, Morgan Thoric, and an extra Apo, and that could make the difference. And yeah, I'm thinking I could definitely see an upset here. But if I had to bet, I'm going Baltimore Blood. But VG tapping the humans. What do you think? Bernie, I don't think we've heard from Bernie yet, right?
Nope. Griff Overall. Woohoo! Go Griff. I don't know much about either of these two coaches, to be honest. So that's where I'm a bit confused, but I'm pretty confident that the humans win this. I think with all that inducements, he's got 130 grand of his own money as well. Get Griff, maybe get Zug, get a Wizard, get Brab, get whatever. I'm taking the humans to win this because I think Chaz Davidson just gets it with this race. And I always give an extra few points when I'm tipping someone if they like gel with that race. Because I think everybody has their own favourite race to do much better with than other races. And I think Chaz Davidson's race human. I mean, there's nothing bad about this Baltimore team. It's a very good team, and he's done well. But I think with all that TV, I think the humans will beat them. On the sad note, though, RBN could knock his cheerleaders down, knock a reroll off, and knock his coach systems down. Yeah. Then it's a different sort of game. But as the TVs are now, I think Griff Overworld will take it home, and you'll see the humans go through.
And by the way, I really hate on the Nurgle team. I hate the 7 cheerleaders and the 7 coach assistant. I mean, it would be different if your opponent had 5 and you had 5 and had 5 and 5 of each. Then you could say realistically, by having 7 cheerleaders, 7 coach assistants, I'm establishing that two dice roll advantage or whatever. Because it's only a 3-sided die on the roll when you're making that roll for who gets the reroll. So if you have 2 more cheerleaders on the other side, then you're pretty much, even if they roll a 1, and I mean, if you roll a 1 and they roll a 3, you both get reroll. So anything more than 2, in my opinion, is excessive, like a 2 more than your opponent. And it looks like here he's got 7, and then let's take a look at what the Knights of the Round Table have for cheerleaders. They don't have any. So, I mean, they really only needed 2. I mean, even anything after 3 is complete waste and bloat. But, yeah, there is a little bit of bloat. That's the only place I really see Baltimore blood with bloat, though. I think you're afraid of Nurgle at this TV, rightfully so. They should be built like this. But yeah, if he could save himself a little TV by knocking off 5 cheerleaders and 5 coaches assistants, and then his TV would only be 2,060. And that might make a significant difference. By the way, Lula is also in the chat. He says he's going. Well, he hasn't picked a side, but he's suggesting he thinks Wiz Morgan a bribe instead of Wiz Morgan the extra Apo that VG suggested. VG's co-signing with that as well. Bribe's a good one. Yeah, bribe. You put down one of these guys, could end up having a nasty effect. But
yeah.
So Bernie. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say about Morgan Thorg, it's too expensive. 480 grand, and he's going against people with claw and mighty blow. Nah, it's too risky.
Very expensive.
Way too risky.
The strength 6 does help though, because then the Nurgle has to dedicate a lot of force to take him out. In the same way, Lou is saying that take out the beast and it's over as well, and he thinks that Morg could be effective in doing that. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Beast either. I don't know that Beast can be devastating if used right, but if you don't have block on that Beast, he can be a liability. And I hate the really stupid limitation.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I mean the thing is though, obviously everyone's got their own opinion and and that's what makes the game so great. But if you've got say some like 700, 800 inducements and you're spending almost 500 on one player, that's a lot of eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Something
happens to him, he's gone.
If I'm Baltimore Blood and I see Morgan Thorg, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
If you could knock him down, even foul him with the rotter. You could foul him with the rotter. So yeah, but you never know. Morgan might go and win it, but I would go with Griff. You can probably get Griff and Zug.
Chaz Davidson is actually weighing in the chat. This is Chaz Davidson 1991 though, so I'm guessing it's the same guy. It's not like the son who uses the 1991 tag or something, but he's saying lots of options, tough choices. No one mentioned the halfling chef yet, though, and that is an option. Nurgle's coming in with 4 rerolls, and it would be a shame if 3 of them were gone. But it could also be 300 you dropped, and it gets you nothing, or 1 reroll drops off, and he just laughs it off. So I don't know. Halfling chef is great when it works, but you could say that about the wizard too. You could say that about a lot of these inducements. So. Whatever,
yeah, I mean the thing is though, it's like you say, it's got 4 rerolls. So on average, you usually take 1, 2. So he's still got 2 rerolls. Then he's got 7 coaches, 7 cheerleaders. So he's got a good chance of getting a reroll back by the kickoff.
I think it's a perfect chance, right?
Yeah,
He's
for
gonna get.
300 grand. Yeah. I'd rather have their Zug or Griff.
Yeah.
At least you know they're gonna be more helpful. If he had like 2 rerolls, then I'd be like, oh yeah, absolutely, that's a great call because
Yeah,
then
exactly.
he's in trouble. But four rerolls, and then if you roll on the cheerleader coaches and you get another reroll, nah. I think you'd probably be better off getting Griff and Zug because Zug will give you a bit more beef, strength 5, and Griff gives you all the skill you need, and then get a wizard to drop on his lovely monsters.
So VG thinks that the halfling chef's even a bigger waste than Morg, and Chaz is saying he really needs something to turn this in his favor. Well, Chaz, fortunately for you, you just got the triple B rating right here. Bernie Buffon thinks the humans are going to upset, and VG Purist has said he thinks humans for the win. So far, I think Fant said I think it was Fant that said Nurgle, right?
Yep.
You think it's Nurgle? I think it's Nurgle too. Sorry, Chaz. And then for the tiebreaker, let's hear from V Power V.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nurgle as well. They just got too much. I think
Too much firepower.
even with the chef's good on an early Nurgle, but I haven't looked at the team, but I'm pretty sure he's got enough block that it's not too horrendous, even if he does lose a couple. If you know what I mean. I just think they got too much. He can't. He's not an elf. He can't run round them. He can't throw. They're not going to get past him. I don't think. I think it's going to be a complete smash-in, to be honest.
and Lou is pointing out the bribe definitely needs to be one of those inducements. There needs to be a bribe in there because if you get some of these guys down, especially like the Riders, foul them, and the ones that are the Pestigores yet, foul them, and let the injuries fly. So, all right. So we've done this one to death. Let's do our final match, which I will not talk on. It's Swagger Squad, which is coached by me, the High Elf Squad, versus Here for Another Beer, this frightening orc team coached by Dynard321. Want to kick us off this round, V?
I got instinct straight away would be Swagger Squad, I think. I'm just looking at here for another beer.
This is what my High Elf team looks like. I haven't upgraded Mr. Monster yet.
What did he get?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. It's a solid team, but I think I'm gonna say Here for Another Beer. Sorry, Swagger Squad. We'll take that one.
Okay.
I love too much.
We like being the underdogs.
No, yeah, Swagger Squad will take it, I reckon.
What do you think, FantFox?
I think, I don't know, I've had a look at both the teams, and the Orcs are obviously going to try and bash the Elves off the pitch. It's a question of whether they can power the Blodgers. They've only got 2 tackle pieces. And Jest, I think you're even onto a journeyman already, aren't you? Yeah, you've got a journeyman to come.
Yep.
So he'll take a few of your. He'll obviously target the non-blodge pieces first to try and remove them, and then it's a question of whether the elves that are remaining on the pitch can dodge away and avoid all the orcs. Very familiar to a game I played recently. I think I'm going to go with the Orcs, and I'm going with the Orcs simply because there's just the amount of guard scares me on that. And I know it shouldn't really matter in this matchup, but just looking at that team, it just scares me looking at it. And that's probably because I'm not a good. That's probably because I'm not a good enough Agi coach to turn around and say, yeah, those elves can pull out some elf BS and win. I'm going to go with the Orcs.
The guard shouldn't matter because they shouldn't be getting hit anyway, but...
Right. No, absolutely. And I know that, as I said, it's completely mad to say it, but that's what I'm being distracted by, I think.
VG Purist put one word in one of his posts. He put guard. He told me you probably need to play at least 20 matches though. Yeah, unfortunately I got hit with the holidays, and I had a complete slowdown. Oh wait, I did play 20 matches. But yeah, at the very end, I think Swagger kept taking injuries and knocked my numbers down. I would have liked to get in probably another 10 games with these guys if I could have, to really build them up. I mean, as you see, the guys that are left are like they've been through the gauntlet and have come out stronger on the other side. I'm pretty happy with their skill set, but there's very few of them left. So we're doing this one Spartan style, where we just basically try to bottleneck you in Thermopylae and at the pass and hold up. Yeah, V said 30 games you should have played that. Yeah, I had 22 and
I guess
3.
it comes down to whoever gets the kickoff, and I think if the Orcs get to receive, then they win. I think if the Elves get to receive, then they win.
Why? Because you think they get the early bashes in?
Yeah. If the Orcs spend the first half grinding you down, then you're in trouble. If you spend the first half dodging away, not rolling ones and scoring, and not taking too many cas, then I think the Elves win. There you go. That's sat on the fence nicely. It comes down to the kickoff.
But ultimately, if you have to pick, you're going Orcs as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
No problem. So we got all right. So we got Fant is going for he thinks it's the Orcs. We have V Power V thinks it's the Orcs. Bernie, you want to weigh in on this one?
No, I said elves.
Oh yeah, he said Elves to win the whole thing. I got the triple B rating, so so it looks like VG Pierce is gonna sign on and say I think Serious Jest is cursed. Sorry. So the double V rating is going to the Orcs. However, I'm gonna say the triple B rating is gonna do it for me. Hopefully my Swagger squad can pull through on this one. In any case, we have exhausted the second round. This is what we're looking forward to. Now we just got to get up in that PS4 chat and schedule these matches and make this stuff happen. So this is what we're looking at. And so again, I'll post it again in the link here in the chat. But we have a PS4 sub file, like a file in the forums, in the official forums. So I just put the link to the direct PS4 subfolder, and I have a thread in there with the whole schedule. I'll post it for round 2 again. I'll repost. I have one for the round 1 schedule. I'll repost again the teams that are still in it, and when they're scheduled, as I get it in the chat, and we'll keep you guys posted and tune in here. I'll be twitching most of the games, and if we're moving them to somebody else's Twitch, I'll try to put a message in here saying where it is. So keep it tuned. Follow my Twitch if you haven't already. Maybe that'll give you a notification when stuff is on. And thanks for tuning in, VG. Thank you for tuning in, Lou Liz, and the rest of the MML guys that were in there. Yes, and Chaz Davidson, thanks a lot for weighing in as well. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for following us. Thank you to my co-announcers. Really awesome having you in here. Great match, V. Great way to overcome and get the upset. This has been a very exciting first round of the playoffs, a lot of upsets, and I'm sure it will continue into the second round. And we're off.